Welcome to Cruise Ports on a Budget, where I'll show you some of the things you can do in various cruise ports without spending a fortune. Well, we're in Piraeus at the moment, which is for Athens. There's quite a lot of traffic about, but once again we're going to do our own thing. So at the moment we're going to head to the metro in Piraeus, which is about a mile from where the ship's docked. And from there we're going to get the metro to Theseo and walk from there to the Acropolis and see the Parthenon and whatever. We'll see how we get on. We're not sure how much time we're going to have. There's a few other things to do in Athens, but it all depends on time and getting back to the ship. But as I say, once again we're going to try and do it as cheaply as we can. And we finally make it to the metro. It's quite a big noisy city is Piraeus. The ticket machine has English instructions, and the cost to Theseo is merely €1.20 each way. Well, it's quite a straightforward train trip to Theseo. It's only about 7 or 8 stops on the train. Any train will do from Piraeus. Now it's about 800 metres, I think, walk to the entrance to the Acropolis. Well, there was more graffiti on the way here, on the trains, on the buildings, everything, than you saw in New York in the mid-80s. But Theseo itself seems to be very pleasant. This is a sort of walk towards the Acropolis, so presumably that's all built up around the tourist trade there. The Greeks do love their cats, and you'll find feral cats almost everywhere. People put out food for them. These are ruins in a park just along by the walkway there. Nothing to do with the Acropolis or the Parthenon or anything, but the whole area is covered in ruins. Even though we'd left the ship as early as possible, by the time we got to the Acropolis, the crowds were quite big. In fact, getting from the ticket office to the Acropolis itself, the crowds were so ridiculous that it took almost half an hour to move about 200 yards. Mind you, it did give you a chance to admire the views. We're finally at the top and a chance to get away from the crowds. Mind you, it was not easy. If you could get away from the crowds to the edge of the site, there were some splendid views over Athens.
ogni bella capiglia e ogni bella capiglia. Hai preso la...
And so we left the Acropolis to have a wander around the back streets of Athens. For us, the Acropolis was a been there, done that destination, and not somewhere we'd go again due to the enormous crowds and the continuous sound of building work where they're doing restoration. It really did seem like a building site full of people. It really was a pleasure to wander down some of the relatively quiet back streets not too far from the Acropolis. We found a lovely restaurant for a spot of lunch, although it was right next door to a children's playground, so it wasn't very peaceful. We're now heading to Syntagma Square, where we want to see the changing of the guard outside the presidential palace. This ceremony takes place every hour and takes about 15 minutes in total, so it's not possible to show it all, but it's well worth watching for a few minutes. From Syntagma Square we're going to take the metro just one stop to Monastiraki. Monastiraki is a bustling neighbourhood full of shops, cafes, restaurants, and with its own historical ruins. That's about all we have time for in Athens, so it's time to catch the metro back to Piraeus. Check out all the graffiti on the way. We didn't have time to check out Piraeus itself, but there are some nice parks and some nice churches on the walk back to the ship. And so our day in Athens comes to an end. It's very easy to get from Piraeus to the Acropolis or the centre of Athens on the metro, and well worth doing. If we'd taken a shore excursion to the Acropolis, it would have been £138 for the two of us. By doing it on our own, we spent just €7.20 on the metro and €44 entry fee to the Acropolis. An alternative excursion was Athens on your own for the day at a cost of £64, but you can do that quite easily by getting the metro for just €4.80. Check out my other cruise port videos for more advice about getting about on your own.